Hello and welcome to this new TouchDesigner tutorial. In this tutorial we will see how to send MIDI notes and MIDI data from TouchDesigner to Ableton Live. I have already on my desktop an example of more or less what we're gonna do, and yeah, basically we're gonna do something like this. I press this button and I get this, and then I can stop it just pressing this other button, or maybe I can press this and stop it with this other button. Okay, and then I can control with the slider. With this slider I can control the pitch of this note, or I can control actually the aftertouch. And I go into new TouchDesigner project. Here I delete my operators, I close my palettes, and then I start. Actually, I need the palette, so I will reopen it with Alt L, and I get the TouchDesigner Ableton, and I drop my TouchDesigner Ableton package. Here, yeah, here you should get create a new song. But since I already had it, I didn't get this asked by TouchDesigner, and now I go inside my talks, the TouchDesigner Ableton talks, and I go into the Ableton MIDI. We can start from scratch. So now I have a new MIDI here. There's nothing, so I want to drop a rhythmical power. So here, if I click here, I don't have any notes. If I click here, of course I have them. Yeah, but now I delete this note, and then I go in TouchDesigner, and I tell to TouchDesigner, okay, the track has to be the rhythmical power, and then I click on Pulse to create a new TouchDesigner Ableton MIDI connection between TouchDesigner and Ableton. This allows me to have the communication between the MIDI and TouchDesigner. I don't need all the black operators, so yeah, I can delete them, so I have more space. And now I want to create a couple of buttons, so I go in comp, button, copy 3 of them, I add a null here, copy and paste also other 2. All right, and yeah, let's start with giving a name to each of them. So I go inside, I click twice, I go inside the button, I click on the background top, and then on the text I write note. Then I go back, I go into the other button, and I write stop note, and I wrote word wrap, and then the last one is stop all the notes. Yeah, and word wrap. Perfect. Yeah, it fits. Super good. So now I want to create that chop execute. I copy and paste 3. I also can rename this node. So first is note, the other one is stop. note, and the last one is no stop all nodes. Yeah, it's a little bit long, but it's fine, we understand. Now, what I want to do is like dropping in these chops, my note chop, and then the channel can also stay like this, and I can even choose my channel, so it's fine. The asterisk, the star, just pick all the values inside the chop, and there is just one, so we can also not, we can leave the star. So here I go here, I drop in chops, and here I can just say from chops, and then we have the same result. So now we can dive into our code, but first we need to say something to our chop as execute. First of all, we are not going to use the value change. So for all of them, and we can select all of them, value change is not what we want. What we want is like, yeah, off to on for, yeah, for this one, for the first one, for the note, maybe we can even call them notes, and stop note, stop all nodes. So for this one, we also want a none to off at the moment, then we will see. Yeah, and here actually we want on to off. Perfect. So let's go here in the first one. So first of all, we can add it. So we can press this, and this will open my Sublime text. And I can type in, save all the things that I type, and then I will save all the changes in this that operator. I use this because it's more comfortable. I can yeah, have a better view. I also have some references for typing. I also yeah, there are more advantages that it's not the topic of this tutorial, but I just want to tell you like how to set up this. So basically you download the Sublime, you install it, and then you go in preferences, and then you tell the TouchDesigner to get like for the text editor and table editor, like the yeah, Sublime text.xl, and then you install the Sublime.xl for TouchDesigner, and you can edit your data operators. But let's go back to our main topic. So we go here, and what we want to do is sending Python codes when the values, especially for the notes, when the values are off to on and on to off. So let's start to delete all the rest, we don't need them. We do need like the return, so we go a little bit down for both. And basically what we want to say is like, when you go off to on, when you switch on, then yes, send me a note basically. So let's start to write down. How do we do that? So operator, we are reference this to the Ableton MIDI operator included in our TouchDesigner Ableton package. Then dot send MIDI, and then inside brackets we type note. Let's choose one note, like from 1 to 170, sorry, from 1 to 127. Choose one note. Let's choose like the 25, and then we say we need a value for the velocities that is like yeah, how also high is gonna be the tone of these notes. Once we have done this, we need a none to off. So we can basically copy this, and all we have to change is like when you switch off, when I press the note button, then you have to go to 0. Okay, so and then I save this script in Sublime into the dot operator with Control S. That saves that, and as you can see, as soon as I press this, now I have my script inside here. So let's see what happens. So I have my button connected because we dragged this chop into the dot operator. So I press the note. Now it's pressed, so it's on. And when I press back again, my note disappears, like it doesn't play anymore because it goes to 0. So here we have this 0, 1. So perfect. And yeah, of course, this is the toggle down button. So we go to momentary button. So whenever we press, it's on, but then as soon we release, then it's off. So and according to the kind of button, of course, we can choose different kind of things. But now we want to also, we can control actually these with 2 different buttons. So we can basically say to our that operator, like this goes on to off, and here we can basically go to copy and paste again the script. It's important that the yeah, I will show you this. So it's like we want to send to 0 the value. So basically we don't need the off to on, but we need the on to off, basically for sorry, a little bit of confusion. So let's go back here. So stop notes. Now we are on to off. That's good. We we copy inside here the operator Ableton MIDI, but we send the velocity to 0. So this should stop our note. But also here we clicked on to off. So basically now I send the note and it doesn't stop because there is no command anymore to off. But since now I have a mistake here because I told you that. So basically you have to be sure that the operator Ableton MIDI is just one tab far from the beginning. So now it should work. Perfect. So let's also put this guy like momentary. So let's do it again. So press the notes, place the note, and here stop the note. Pretty good. All right. So now, why does it work like this actually? Because first of all, in these scripts, in these 2 scripts, we have like the note number 25. If I would have like different notes here written, so here inside we can also delete this stuff. We don't need this. The return, we need it. All right. So basically, yeah, these 2 operators are referring to the same note. So when I press these notes, like when I press this button, the note 25 will be played with 100 velocity, and so loud. And then when I press this, the note 25 that is playing goes to 0, so it doesn't play anymore. So but of course, if we have different notes, for example, I will put like number 26, no, for example, just one note different. When I press this doesn't stop the note because it's like the number 25 that is stopping. So if we go to 26 here, now we will stop it. Okay, and I want to make it clear. So the last command we are gonna see now, it's like the stop all the nodes. So we go here, we go in edit. You opened like a new script here. So, and again, we want to like from off to on. So we go here again. We can delete all these scripts. And basically what we can basically again copy and paste. We need to delete the values though, and instead of node we write flush basically, then we save. We double check if it's saved, flush, perfect, it's saved. So now let's see what happens. So now I play the note. I'll stop all the notes, and also these stop the notes. But let's see again the episode of before, no? Like we had like number 25, no? 26 and here 25, let's say. So now I press here, it doesn't stop. But if I press here, it stops. Let's put it like momentary again. So this means that this is gonna stop all the nodes. So basically, if you create a loop of nodes, or like you start a node, then you want to control some other nodes, but you want always some nodes playing in the background, and then in the end, you just want to stop all the nodes, you need this command that is flush all the nodes. So then these are like the basic control. Then that we have for sending nodes, stopping nodes, and stop all the nodes. Yeah. So of course here you can have like I will show you now. I can create a constant chop with one channel. We can call it like nodes, and this goes from 1 to 0. So we need like a math chop, and we want to say that the values from 1 to 0, they go from, let's say, from 20 to 25. So basically when I move this guy here, I will have no values from 20 to 25. All right, now there is something that we have to know. Basically we have to know that these values here, the 26, these are the nodes that we send. All right, so let's go and add it again. So these are values that they have to be so these values have to be integer, but here we don't have integer. I mean, like now we have an integer, but if we move like this, then we don't have an integer anymore. So it's important that we say to our script that he has to pick now the values of this operator, so the 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, but only the integer. So we now delete the 26, we keep the int, then we do our reference, we send our reference to math 1, that is our operator, and then we need like the values inside. So either we can do like 0 in this case, so, and it's referring to these values, but just the integer. And then, for example, in this case, we can do the same, int math, but again inside, and then here we can basically say nodes. It's just the same, it's a different way to type this. So now we say, right? And we can double check if it's saved. Yeah, it's saved. Perfect. So now I send the note. So first of all right, we have an error here, and well, we can double check the error. So the line 11 is onto that one. Okay, let's see what happens. Yeah, I forgot to write down an important thing actually here. So we need another bracket, and we need operator. When the operator is over, and then we need other brackets here. Perfect. So it's always like these are always probably mistake. Let's see if it works now. Yeah. Yeah, stop note doesn't work, as we notice. So basically now we played the note 21, okay? But now if we move here, so and let's see what happens. So it sounds like this, and now we change it, the note. Perfect. We can also observe this behavior now of TouchDesigner and Ableton. Now I send the note 20. I go here inside and I say to the guy, stop the note 20. And it stops the note 20. But let's see what happens if I do like something like this, 21. So yeah, let's send the 21. This doesn't stop the 21, but this stops the 21. So because we can stop all the notes. And let's see also what happens here. So I go here, note 20, then I move to the side. I send two notes, the 20 and the 25. And now if I press this, I stop the 20, but the 25 is still playing. And now I stop this. Oh, with this button. So yeah, this is the basic of sending and stopping notes. And now we are going to see how to control also pitch bend and aftertouch with TouchDesigner with controls. So for this case, we need like sliders. So we need a comp slider, a null, and then we copy and paste. So in the first case, we want to control, we say the pitch bend. And with the other, in the other case, we can control the aftertouch. Perfect. So now that we have the aftertouch, we want to use this slider with math. We add math to control the values inside the pitch bend. So, and I want so the values of the slider go from 0 basically to 1. So, and I want that these values from 0 to 1, they go from -1 to 1. These values are gonna control the pitch again. So we can add in the end null. I'm gonna call it pitch, and maybe no, but we can give a name, I think, somewhere. No, we can't, but yeah, it's not important. We can rename, but we don't need that. And then for the aftertouch, we can do something similar, math, and the values of the aftertouch normally they go from -8192 to 8192. And here we add a null and we can call it aftertouch. All right, so now that we have this, we can add a chop execute, actually on value change. So actually we need two of them. Perfect. So the first one, it's referring to the pitch, all the values, because we have just one value, and this one is referring to the aftertouch. Pretty good. And now we have just to add it. Pretty easy. So basically we just want to work on the value change of our slider, so we don't need all these. Actually we can delete also this one, so that's gonna be like easy. We need the return though, and yeah, what we have to write here, it's basically we can copy and paste what we had. Operator Ableton MIDI 1, it's same, send MIDI is the same thing. Instead of note, we have to write this time pitch bend, and pitch bend requires just a value, and this value is actually val, yeah, and basically that's all. We can save it, Control save. So this value is nothing else than this v1 that's here. So value means like it's gonna read this number here. So basically now what happens here with the pitch bend, I send the note, and now by moving my slider, I can control the pitch of my notes. Similarly, I go now here, I can delete all that's not on value change. I go up, a couple of times down the return, I copy and paste, operate on Ableton MIDI 1, send MIDI, but this time we want to control the aftertouch. Touch. And aftertouch requires again values. Pretty easy. So as we said before, now we save again. Super easy. Again, the values are gonna be taken from here, and yeah, if the pitch it's like controlling the sound or received, the aftertouch is modulating notes with pressure, and this send additional MIDI data to our instrument. So basically now we will see what happens. So we have like the notes, and now we are gonna move our slider. And in this way we control the aftertouch. And now we can also decide to play like different notes. So we go a little bit more closer here. We decide to play the number 20. We can play a little bit. Stop it. We go to the 21. I can choose pitch. Yeah, and that's all for this tutorial. The next tutorials I'm gonna show you how to make use of these, for example, to control like interactions and triggers. And yeah, but for now we are done with this tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, let me know. If you have some problems, let me know. Yeah, have fun. Ciao.